Your body is being hijacked. You are no longer in control. Microscopic entities are floating through your system and using your own cell against you. What is happening? How to stop these foreign invaders? Let's take a step back and ask, what is attacking you? Is the pathogen a virus or a bacteria? This single question could be the difference between life and death. So let's take a look at what the similarities and the differences are between a virus and a bacteria. What the similarities between bacteria and the viruses? Let's discuss. First, they are both microbes, minuscule organisms that are so tiny that can be only seen through a microscope. Second, both bacteria and viruses does not have nuclei. Third, both can be separate through coughing, sneezing, or coming into contact with contaminated animal, people, and items. And lastly, both bacteria and viruses can cause mild to serious illness.
Bacteria and viruses can cause many common infections, but what are the differences between these two kinds of infectious organisms? Bacteria and viruses differ in their size, structure, and their response to medications. Viruses are much smaller than bacteria. In fact, some viruses can infect the bacteria. Bacteria are single-cell living organisms. They have a cell wall and all the components necessary to survive and reproduce, although some may derive energy from other sources. Viruses are not considered to be living because they require a host cell to survive long-term for energy and to reproduce. Viruses consist of only one piece of genetic materials and a protein shell called a capsid. They survive and reproduce by hijacking a host cell and using its ribosome to make new viral proteins. In medical treatment, to cure disease by bacteria, it is necessary to take antibiotics, but they do not work against the viruses. However, the best means to fight a disease caused by a virus is a vaccine. Vaccines help us to prevent disease caused by viruses.
In December 2019, the Chinese authorities notified the world that a virus was spreading through their communications.
This virus is the severe acute respiratory syndrome-related coronavirus 2 that caused the disease called COVID-19 and that everyone simply calls coronavirus.
Coronavirus are a group of viruses covered in little protein spikes that look like a crown, or corona in Latin. There are hundreds of known coronavirus. 7 of them infect humans and can cause disease. The coronavirus SARS-CoV causes SARS, MERS-CoV causes MERS, and SARS-CoV-2 causes the disease COVID-19. The virus is spread through droplets in the air after coughing or sneezing, which people nearby can take in through their nose or mouth. The virus also spread by touching a contaminated surface. The spike proteins that stack the exterior of the virus have receptor binding domains that are extremely efficient at latching onto ACE2 proteins receptor on the human cell. Furin or another enzyme such as TMPRSS2 on the exterior of the host cell are true to break the spike protein at one or more cleavage sites. They expose fusion peptides, small chains of amino acid that fuse the viral membrane with the membrane of the host cell. Fusion allows the virus RNA to enter the host cell where it gets translated into proteins. The foreign RNA hijacks the host cellular machinery to produce RNA and protein that get assembled into new virus particles. The viral assembly. As the virus particle exits the cell, furin might act on the spike protein to prime it. The new particle can attack other cells or leave the body and infect other people.